Picture this, an India where astronauts are actually living and working inside an Indian space station. A future where Indian spacecraft are scooping up rocks from the moon and bringing them right back to Earth. And a time where we're flying deep into the solar system to study the scorching, absolute mystery that is the atmosphere of Venus. Sounds like the plot of a movie, right? But actually, this is ISRO's next big leap.
I know, it sounds totally like science fiction, but it is very much reality and it's happening soon. Over the next few years, the Indian Space Research Organization is gearing up to launch some of the most ambitious missions in its entire history. And look, these aren't just going to make for some incredible headlines. They are set to fundamentally transform India's economy, our national security, our scientific capabilities, and honestly, our global standing in space exploration.
So here's the roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover India's next space leap, the Gaganyaan mission to put humans in space, Chandrayaan 4's lunar sample return, Earth observation with NISAR, the journey to Venus with Shukrayaan, and finally, India's very own space station. We're looking at 5 completely distinct missions that are coming up, and together they build an awe-inspiring ecosystem for the future of space.
Well, let's kick things off right away with India's next space leap, building a complete space ecosystem.
And that starts with Gaganyaan, humans in space. This is where the dream of 1984 becomes reality, as ISRO takes total ownership of getting to low Earth orbit.
Okay, why is the number 4 so incredibly crucial here? Well, if everything goes according to plan, in 2027, this mission is going to see 3 Indian astronauts, who are now officially called Gaganyatris, spend about 3 days up in space before safely coming back down. That massive achievement will make India only the 4th country in the entire world to independently send humans into space. Think about that. We'll be joining a highly exclusive club that right now only has Russia, the US, and China. This is a monumental leap in sovereign capability. We're talking thousands of scientists and engineers working on what is easily one of the largest scientific projects in independent India's history.
But here's the thing, we aren't just building rockets for the sake of it. The wildly advanced technologies required to just keep humans alive in space, we're talking complex crew modules, intricate life support, cutting-edge communication, navigation, and emergency rescue systems. All of that is going to feed directly back into our industries right here on the ground. Defense, aviation, healthcare, and domestic manufacturing are all going to see a massive boost from the innovations born directly out of Gaganyaan.
Next step on the roadmap is Chandrayaan 4, lunar sample return, literally bringing the moon back to Earth.
Just to wrap your head around the sheer complexity of this 2027 mission, listen to this sequence. First, ISRO has to stick a perfect landing, then physically collect rocks and soil. Next, launch those exact samples from the surface of the moon back up into lunar orbit. Then comes a seriously hard part, an autonomous docking with an entirely different spacecraft while orbiting the moon, which is then followed by a precision return trip back to Earth. Every single one of these steps requires breakthrough technologies to work absolutely flawlessly in sequence. It's something only a tiny handful of countries have ever managed to pull off.
So why go through all that trouble? Well, because we're unlocking billions of years of history. Those pristine samples that Chandrayaan 4 brings back, they're going to help scientists figure out exactly how the moon, and actually even our own Earth, formed billions of years ago. But it's more than just a history lesson. Mastering these insanely complex steps is what will directly prepare India for future lunar bases and some incredibly ambitious deep space exploration down the line.
Before we move on, I just gotta ask, are you guys as excited about India's space future as we are? Because I know I am. If you are enjoying this deep dive into ISRO's upcoming missions, take a quick second right now to hit that like button, share this explainer with a friend, and drop your thoughts down in the comments. And for sure, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss out on these mind-blowing topics. All right, let's get back into it.
From deep space, let's bring it back home for a minute. NISAR, Advanced Earth Observation, Understanding Our Own Planet. This one is actually jointly developed by NASA and ISRO, and NISAR features a ridiculously powerful radar system. It is capable of scanning the Earth flawlessly, day and night. Honestly, it doesn't even matter if there's pouring rain or super thick cloud cover. This satellite can see right through all of it to map the planet's surface with just unbelievable accuracy.
And the real-world impact of a radar like that is absolutely immense. NISAR is going to monitor crucial stuff like earthquakes, floods, landslides, glacier movement, forest health, and agriculture. Just imagine being able to predict landslides before they even happen. That gives authorities the time they need to actually save lives. Or imagine helping farmers monitor their crops with precision you wouldn't believe, practically guaranteeing food security. The data we pull from this is going to fundamentally upgrade how we handle disaster management and will heavily support vital climate research.
Moving on, we're heading deeper into the solar system. Shukrayaan, Journey to Venus, exploring Earth's evil twin. Now, just how hostile is Venus? I mean, Earth and Venus are practically identical in size, but man, that is exactly where the similarities stop. While Earth is this beautiful, life-supporting haven, Venus is a nightmare. It's got surface temperatures soaring above 460 degrees Celsius, it has a crushing atmospheric pressure, and the whole planet is blanketed by these incredibly thick, swirling clouds made of highly toxic sulfuric acid. The Shukrayaan 1 orbiter, which is expected later this decade, is going to have to withstand and study this completely extreme environment.
You might be wondering, why on Earth, or, well, why on Venus, would we go to such an extreme place? Because scientists actually believe that Venus might have once had oceans, kind of like Earth does now. By figuring out exactly why Venus transformed into such a hostile, toxic wasteland, we can better understand the actual mechanics of climate change right here on Earth, and even unravel how rocky planets evolve all across the universe.
And that brings us to what is perhaps ISRO's absolute biggest dream, India's own space station, the Bharatiya Antariksh Station.
Once this thing is operational, Indian astronauts are going to be staying up there for weeks at a time, and they'll be doing groundbreaking research that is literally impossible to do down here on Earth. We are talking about developing brand new medicines in microgravity, forging crazy advanced materials, pioneering space agriculture, and pushing the boundaries of robotics and AI. Launching that first module by the end of this decade firmly plants India among the world's leading space powers, and it is a massive stepping stone for when we eventually send humans to Mars.
Now let's put all of this into perspective for a second. These are not just random, isolated projects. Look at the momentum we're building here. You've got Gaganyaan and Chandrayaan 4 happening around 2027, Shukrayaan 1 coming later in the decade, and the space station by the end of the decade. Put it all together, and they are building a complete, self-sustaining space ecosystem. This momentum is going to inspire so much innovation. It's going to create highly skilled jobs, completely supercharge our startup sector, and just generate these unbelievable opportunities for generations of scientists and engineers to come.
We really are entering India's golden era in space exploration. And honestly, it proves a huge point. World-class science doesn't always require the world's biggest budget. What it really requires is vision, sheer determination, and brilliant minds. The students who are sitting in classrooms today, they could very well be the astronauts, the spacecraft designers, and the mission directors of tomorrow, fueled by exactly that kind of determination.
So, I want to leave you with one final question today. Out of all these upcoming ISRO missions, which one excites you the most? Is it sending humans to orbit with Gaganyaan, bringing back rocks from the moon, exploring the extremes of Venus, tracking the Earth with NISAR, or finally seeing an Indian space station become a reality? Let us know down in the comments. And hey, if you love this explainer, please do hit that like button, share this video with everyone you know, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories about science, tech, and our incredible journey into the future. Thanks so much for joining me, and keep looking up.